Welcome back. Now, the show is still on. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Umfong Richard, also known as Brutus Richard, is a Nigerian actor, presenter, model, voiceover artist, and so much more.
Yeah, Brutus is best known for his role as Officer Okoro in Ndani TV's Officer Titus skits on YouTube. And it's such a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Okay, so when I saw him waiting to come on the set, I was like, isn't this calm guy that people have been watching online, like millions of views? Like, what's going on? He seems like a very chilled.
Yeah, very chilled, very laid back.
I know, but you don't have a choice. I mean, what's the rush? You just need to lean back and soak it all in.
Okay.
I mean, even right now that I'm sitting beside you, people, I can feel the energy, and I'm trying so hard not to get...
What? To
sip it all.
Yeah, I'm
please,
just trying to...
Please, by all means, take the energy. Please, by all means. We want to see, you know, the real Brutus.
This is the real Brutus.
Okay.
Trust me. I'm that laid back, I'm that calm. I mean, I just like to be very conscious about where I am and just take things easy. Yeah.
Now, Brutus, from physics to acting, that switch is so extreme. What informed it?
I guess as a kid, I knew I always had this flair for acting, you know, and as at that time, science had just broken into the consciousness of people. So everybody at the time were just trying out for sciences, and I also decided to give it a shot. But along the line, I felt I didn't get that satisfaction I needed. I just wanted to be in front of people. I wanted to live my fantasies, you know. So fast track, you know, years later, done with school, I decided to do something really, really constructive with my time and follow my passion, which basically was acting. And here we are. We're still on the journey.
How did you discover that passion?
That was my exact next question.
Okay, I think as kids back then, of course, coming from a Christian home, you go to church and then you have activities in church, church programs, dramas, and all of that. You know, and I was fascinated seeing people pull stuffs. And then, of course, we had contents back then, you know, like Cockroach Dawn, Tales by Moonlight, which was really, really informative. And I usually was always hypnotized sitting in front of the TV. And at the end of the day, at the end of the story, I'm like, I felt really, really enriched. And I said to myself, you know what? I like to do this. I like to be in front of people, also interpreting life and, you know, passing on messages and educating people. And yeah.
But it's one thing to have a dream, and it's one thing to actually actualize it.
True.
So what was in that gap? What was it that, you know, helped you move things along? Was there a special person that spoke to you or gave you an open door or something like that?
I wouldn't say that that's what necessarily happened. I think when I was done with school and I was trying to chase a blue-collar job, nothing was really forthcoming. You know, it looked like I was wasting my time. And then I just had to cast my mind back, and I was like, dude, you're wasting away here. I mean, you're not that kind of guy. I don't see myself as an office kind of guy, you know. I like adventure, I like to explore, you know. And I said, you know what, I grew up in Cross River State, you know, so yeah, I wasn't that much blessed to have this kind of avenue where you can actually just up and do stuff. So I needed to come to where it was happening, and Lagos is where the hub is. So I just told myself, you know what, just get your ass off and let's head down to Lagos. And that was it. I brought myself to Lagos, and yes, coming to Lagos was one thing. Breaking into the mainstream was another thing, so I started asking questions. Luckily for me, we had a family friend who at the time was putting up with us, and she was into acting at the time, so I got to ask a couple of questions, and then I have a thing for driving. Okay. And she had just bought a car at the time. Now, this is the story. She had just bought a car at the time, but she didn't know how to drive.
Okay.
So I told her, you know what, why don't I move you around? Even though I didn't know Lagos that well,
Okay.
you could get to direct me on routes to take and stuff.
So you were driving her around Lagos.
I was driving around Lagos. I was taking her to the set. I was getting to meet people. I was watching what was going on.
Wow.
And then, of course, at some point, I told her, this is my dream. This is what I want to do. I wouldn't mind if you could introduce me to a couple of people and let me pick it up from there. Of course, yes.
It sounds like such a deep story.
Yeah, yeah.
So literally you were going from set to set, from audition to audition with
Just
her.
following
Yeah.
someone.
And, you know, that was how your dream was being
Yeah,
built.
that's how it was being built. And of course, I started networking, making friends.
Yeah.
And I think one of those auditions, I ran into a childhood friend of mine I had not seen in about 3-4 years.
Okay.
And you could imagine the scream of excitement. We were like, Annie, what are you doing here? You know, and he was like, dude, what are you doing here too? You know, we got talking, and yeah, he had been in the industry prior to me coming in. And so it was now easier for me to get information about auditions that was happening and also go try out. And because for an actor, these are means you get to you know, show yourself.
Yes.
So for
Yes.
those watching thinking that it's
This
easy,
face looks-
that is easy for you to just get there, just listen to that journey. That journey was such a long journey, all the way from you know, Cross River
Cross
State.
River.
Cross River
Yeah.
State.
So my next question would now be, how did it feel at AFRIF to hear that, you know, a short film you starred in won the People's Choice Award?
It wasn't actually a short film.
That one wasn't a
yeah,
short
it
film?
was a short film.
Okay.
It was a feature-length film.
Okay.
And it was exciting. It was an exciting time at the time because we were coming from a place where the story was getting more interesting. There was diverse stories now coming in, and the energy itself during the festival was amazing. It was hypnotic. You know, so there we are. People had seen it. We loved the
That
boss.
was Country, what was the name
Slow
of it?
Country
Slow
by
Country.
Erica Heyman.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And, you know, the buzz was out there. You know, people were really talking about it. People loved the fact that, I mean, it's not like the general thing where you have romance, rom-com and stuff. This is a guy who goes through doing trailers, the nitty-gritty, the dirty work. And, you know, it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
So there we are seated and, you know, nominees rolled out. And the next thing is...
It was mentioned. Wow.
They mentioned your name.
That was the moment.
Okay, they mentioned the name of the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
So it's so, you know, the energy around award shows, especially when there's been a lot of work put into these films, is you know, it's infectious.
It's always
Yes, it is.
fantastic. Anyway, Brutus, I know for sure that you are known for so many roles. So which one is the most comfortable for you?
I don't like the most comfortable. For me, I think I love challenges, you know.
So you would like
an actor,
another
yes.
challenge.
I like to get out of the stereotype. I like, people see me and they say, man, this guy is a mean guy, he's a hard guy. So, I mean, he basically should always be doing the
Hard roles.
hard roles.
But we're going to soften you up
We're
now.
going to give you something soft.
Let's soften you up now. Let's take you to the kitchen and give you breakfast.
Oh, Lord. I'm salivating. I'm salivating.
go.
I can imagine.
All right.
This way, please.
Yes, indeed.
Hello, Brutus.
Oh,
Welcome
my.
to the kitchen.
They've been standing by for you.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
maybe should we take it closer to the other side, maybe? Or what do you think?
Welcome to the kitchen.
Let me bring it up this way. Yeah, gotcha.
And of course, joining us as well is
Brutus,
Ogo.
Ogo Brutus.
How you doing? It's a pleasure to meet you.
This is Chef Tutu.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys.
It's been hard at work
Yes,
since
indeed.
6:30 in the morning for you guys.
I'm sorry, I can't seem to keep my eyes off that. It looks really, really...
Yes, so
Yes.
today we have smoked paprika shrimp pasta and garlic bread.
Woo!
Yes.
So I hope you like pasta.
Even if I've not tasted it, I can't wait to
To dig into it.
Yeah.
All right, so here you
To
go.
tell us what you did. Talk to us about what you did.
Okay, so this is smoked paprika prawn pasta.
Yeah, sure.
And
Still asking questions.
I started off with sauteing the onions with garlic to build up my aromatics.
Oh, wow. She did that. Aromatic.
And I put in the the prawns, and I sauteed it with my tomatoes, my paprika, of course.
They're not listening.
I'm trying to stay back because the aroma is just hitting me, like the garlic bread.
And then,
you know what they say, there's love in sharing. I don't mind sharing this with you.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Trust me.
So what do you think, actually? You love it? Like it?
oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's properly sauced. It's,
All right.
Shabina sauce, they call them.
Yes.
It's properly salted. It's just beautiful.
If I get to wolf all of this down, would that tell you what I think about your meal?
Definitely.
If you
But,
did so, they'll think you're in character.
While,
so that's all right.
while that is going on, we have to say our thank yous on the show. Big thank you to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes,
every day.
indeed. And as always, a big shout out to Fola at Fola's Place for the hairstyling. We appreciate you and all the guests, the amazing guests that have been on the show today.
Of course, Ogo Brutus, thank you so much for coming.
Amazing performance, by the way.
And well done, chef.
Thank
That
you.
song is going to play in my head
You
all
have a
day.
great voice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And well done, Chef Tutu.
Thank you so much. It was nice. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's Wednesday.
Right.
Wednesday.
Yes, counting down.
Tomorrow's the last day in January.
Yes, it is. So you made it. We made it. Already at the end of January. And it's payday.
Yes.
See you tomorrow, people.
Have a nice day.
Take it easy.